What's your best guess as to who gets gets a higher annual payment? Is it Tua or Jordan Love?
I think it's Jordan Love. And, I think Tua, and we haven't heard anything along these lines, and it really wouldn't go with Tua's overall personality and vibe. He might have to hold out to get what he wants, because I could see the Dolphins making a last best offer before the start of training camp that is going to be a lot better than the $23.1 million he's due to make this year. But him saying it's still not enough, it's still not what I want. Yeah, it's smarter for me to take that than to play under the 5th year of my rookie contract. I want what I want, and the only way I'm going to get it is to stay away altogether. Now, obviously, Love didn't do it. Maybe Tua will hold in. But I think at the end of the day, Love ends up with more, because I just don't see the Dolphins making a market-level investment in Tua. There's too many question marks there. He said a few weeks ago, the market is the market, but I don't see the Dolphins going there with him. And the other important thing to remember, Rich, we rarely talk about this because we get so caught up in the numbers. There will be a structure that will provide an escape hatch for the teams. We saw it with Derek Carr's contract with the Raiders 2 years ago. Everybody made a big deal about $40 million a year, this, that, or the other thing. They were able to get out after 1 year. So that's going to be one of the key details for Tua, for Jordan Love, for any of these contracts. How long is the team truly committed? Is it a Browns and Deshaun Watson situation where you're stuck for 5 years? Or is it, after 1 or 2 years, if it's not working, we can just say, see you later, we're going to find somebody else.
So what gives you the impression or the gut feeling or what have you that the Dolphins are hedging potentially from giving Tua the market contract that the Jaguars gave Trevor Lawrence? Is it health? Is it talent? What is it? Because outwardly, what you hear from Mike McDaniel is a love for Tua. You hear the same thing from Tyreek. So I'll just ask that question and lay out, get your answer here.
Well, I think it's a combination of health and this kind of nagging question of how many other quarterbacks out there can do in that offense exactly what Tua has been doing. And are there quarterbacks that can do an even better job? How much of his success is the result of the innate skills and abilities of Tua? How much of it is the Mike McDaniel offense? Now, the Tua side would say, hey, he processes quickly, makes decisions, gets rid of the ball, runs the offense. The other side of it would say there's other guys out there that could do it if they were tutored by Mike McDaniel. But I will tell you this, it's been a few weeks that I've really thought about Tua, and the thoughts are creeping back into my brain. His side wants a market value deal. They want top of the market. And I just don't see Stephen Ross, the owner of the team, saying, I'll sign off on 55, 56, 57 million a year. But there's always the chance that they could do something that looks great on paper, but has that escape hatch or has a structure that doesn't support and doesn't mesh with the big number that we see. The Trevor Lawrence deal, it's 55. When you pick it apart and look at what he had left and look at the structure, it's really not a massive contract, not as massive as market value would suggest. So there are ways to do this to create the impression he's getting a lot of money, but the Dolphins still have some flexibility in the event there's a backslide from Tua. He lost a lot of weight this year. There was that event back in June where people didn't even know who he was. I want to see how durable that guy is going to be when he looked 20 to 25 pounds lighter than he was last year. You take off that natural suit of armor, it may be harder to stay healthy than it was last year.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.